Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Ksenia. I'm a mompreneur, I'm a wife, an MBA student, and a person who is obsessed with all things growth. Whether spiritual or real, I'm in. And here I talk about beautiful but sometimes messy and frustrating path of building your own business that actually means something. You know what's funny? At the start of every week, I have no idea what my next video will be about. But then something always happened. What happened this time? It was a $320 reminder that being bad at what you do can kill your business. Let me tell you about the worst tour we ever had in Japan and how it made me think about customer experience, entrepreneurship, and what we're really hired to do as a business or a company. So we were in Japan for the first time last week, and we decided to do a customized personal tour. You know, the kind where you hope for insider stories, cool hidden gems, cultural context, and a local showing you around the city with pride. Yeah, well, that was an exact opposite. This person, she charged $320 for a 4-hour personal tour. That sounded nice. Out of those 4 hours, we spent 2.5 hours on trains, in transit, from destination to destination. She was completely unprepared, didn't tell us anything about the places we went to, and we ended up just going to 2 places. I kid you not, she just left us when we reached the 3rd place. She didn't even explain why those places were chosen. It felt random and empty. Like if I wanted to ride public transport and just stare at the buildings, I could do it myself with Google Maps. I didn't need to hire a private tour, right? I could have done that for free. First, we visited one shrine. It was magnificent. It was beautiful, but no history, no context, no story, nothing at all. Then she took us to a street filled with restaurants and shops, and we spent 40 minutes in transit to this street. And you know what we learned there? That she likes soba. She really, really loves soba. She kept talking about food like a hangry child, pointing at every snack, saying like, ooh, this looks nice. Yum. Oh, handmade soba. Wow, this is so rare. And this wasn't a food tour. We didn't want to eat lunch. We were not interested in soba. Sorry. We wanted to learn. And then our 3rd stop, which took us another 45 minutes in transit inside the train. She kinda left us there. Tea house is this way, she said before she left. And right before that, the final image I have of her, right there, standing, talking over the phone, yelling at her husband and her mom for not able to figure out the logistics of the school pickup, dropping F-bombs here and there. Seriously. And after that, she just left us on our own. I wish I was making this up. No, I wasn't. We just paid the $320 for this magnificent tour. Okay. Naturally, we reached out to the agency, shared the experience, and asked for a partial refund because it felt right. I didn't want to ask for a full refund because she still spent her time, even though she is a very poorly prepared tour guide who is not a tour guide after all. She's just a woman who lived in Japan for 8 years, but she doesn't know any history. She has no skills in storytelling, and she was not even preparing. Anyways, what did the agency do? They didn't offer any refund or an apology. Instead, they forwarded her a rude reply saying something, oh, I knew they'd say something like that. No shit, lady. It was an awful tour. You knew that too. They even sent us a few 5-star reviews that other customers left. Like that was going to change our minds. 2 days later, we went to Kyoto, where we had 2 incredible tours, which were 2 to 3 times less expensive than our Tokyo tour. Those guys were well prepared. They told us rich stories. They brought us to the most beautiful places. It was a completely different experience. I didn't want those tours to end. That good they were. So that contrast made me think. I was reflecting on our business, and I remembered one interesting MBA concept of the job that the customer hires us to do. And I was thinking, what job did I hire the tour guide to do? It wasn't to physically show me places. Google Maps can do that for free. It was to tell me stories, to connect me to the culture, to make me care. And she didn't do that. She didn't even try. Which brings me to business. My business, your business, any business really. Sometimes the job we think our customers are hiring us to do is not the actual job. And if you don't figure this out, you lose customers and you'll eventually lose your business as well. If you're charging money, especially if you're charging premium, you'd better be good at what you do. Actually, excellent. You need to be prepared. You need to care. You need to listen to your customer. You need to make them feel. And what if you're just starting out? You're not confident yet. Then start small. Offer your services for free or the discount just to get feedback and improve. But don't charge $320 and win it. That's how you build bad reputation. Also, and this one is big, be open to feedback. Yes, it hurts when someone said that your product or services didn't meet their expectations. But you know what feedback is? Your roadmap to improvement. Strip away the emotions. Don't take it personally. Look at what they wanted, what didn't go right, and fix it. That's growth. Back to our Japan disaster. It was $320 and 4 hours of my time that I would never get back. But it gave me something more valuable. A reminder that customers, they don't want stuff. They want meaning. They want connection. They want stories. If you understand the job they're hiring you for and you deliver it, you'll not only have customers, you'll have loyal fans. So yeah, thanks to one awful tour guide, I came back with lessons for our business. And maybe, hopefully, for yours too. If you ever had a customer experience that changed the way you look at your own business, please share it in the comments. I want to read it. And if you found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.